Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about the products that I have either regret buying or products that I think aren't really worth the hype, but mainly products that I regret buying. We're just going to go ahead and mash it all into one and call it a day. It's also going to be a collab with my best friend Laura, Mrs. Lila Lynn here on YouTube. If you guys aren't subscribed to her already, you're missing out. She is constantly uploading reviews, tutorials. She recently did a review on the Sephora Black Magic washcloths, which I would highly recommend watching. She actually got me to buy those, as well as Ashley, Texas Mommy of Boys. I think that's who influenced Laura, and then Laura made me buy them. I'm so into those. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, definitely watch that video as well. But her product regrets will be listed down below. I think hers is more focused on high-end. I have more drugstore products here because if I ever buy something that's like high-end and I'm just like not crazy about it, it normally goes back to the store like ASAP because I'm like, no, you're not worth my dollar bills. But yeah, definitely go check out Laura's channel. I absolutely adore her. She's so funny and nice. That's one thing we've both talked about this before. I feel like our sense of humor doesn't really come off on our channels, but that's probably because they're both like really inappropriate and probably not proper to be on the internet. Well, no, there's lots of bad things on the internet. She is like so much like me, but not at the same time, and I think that's why we get along so well. This is turning into a why I love Laura video rather than products I regret buying, but she's a total blonde bombshell. You will love her. I love her. So definitely go check her out. Her links will be listed down below. Go tell her that I sent you and that I loves her. But yeah, now that I've talked for like 20 minutes, let's go ahead and get into these products. One thing that I quickly want to say, I know you're probably like, Dana, come on now. Just keep in mind everyone's skin, preference, everything is different. That's what makes us unique, and that's what makes this whole world fun. So yeah, if there's a product in here that you find is like your holy grail status and you're like, why don't you like that? Just know it's nothing against you. It just didn't work out for me because there's probably something in your collection that I adore that you absolutely despise. So just keep that in mind. I just wanted to put that out there because yeah, I never mean to hurt anyone's feelings, but somehow someone always ends up getting offended in some way or the other. But now that we have that all aside, let's go ahead and get into the products. Okay, I wanted to go ahead and kick it off with these two because I've been noticing in the comments recently, so many of you guys have been like, Dana, why haven't you done a video on the Makeup Revolution products after I hauled them on my channel? I picked these up at Ulta maybe like a month ago, a little bit over a month ago, and I kept saying that I was going to do a get ready with me featuring them, and I haven't because these swatched really nice. They're super pigmented. They're soft. They're not chalky. They do not last. Like, I have never understood when watching other people's reviews that they're like reviewing a blush or a bronzer and they're like, yeah, it just faded off. I'm like, what do you mean it faded off? Like, where did it go? Did your cheek eat it? I just never understood that because I've never really experienced that before. Keep in mind, I have like dry to normal / combo skin. Like, my cheeks are really dry, but then my forehead and my nose can get oily sometimes. These two products though, like, I guess that's what happened. My cheeks just ate them. After wearing them for like 3 to 4 hours, it's like the blush just disappeared. I know, I don't know, I can't explain it to you, I have no idea. When you first apply them, your blush does look amazing, but just be aware that 3 hours later, it's just gonna disappear. It's the weirdest thing, I do not understand. So inside, you get 8 blushes, and then there's like 2 of them are kind of like marble baked type of highlighting products. The bronzer palette I really wanted to work just because, well, both of them honestly, you really don't tend to find too many like blush or bronzer palettes at the drugstore, if any. And this bronzer palette was definitely on the warmer side, not something to pick up to contour with, but just to like warm up and bronze up your skin. This color right here is amazing. It's so pretty, like as more of an orangey bronzer when you're wanting like an orangey type of blush color. So I used it on my crease, like my eyeshadow crease, my eyeball crease, whatever, you get the picture. I used it as an eyeshadow and it looked amazing, but same thing on my eyes. Like 4 hours later, it's like someone just went and blew it all off. It made 0 sense. I don't get it. These were only 10 bucks, so I'm not sad that they didn't work out. Like I said, they work, but it's just for like a certain time frame, and then that's it. This is from Wet n Wild. I normally love Wet n Wild products. I love their nail polishes. I love their eyeshadows. I'm not the biggest fan of their lipsticks. They're super pigmented, but I just feel like they're kind of drying. But I saw this and I thought it looked so pretty. So I was like, ooh, this would be the perfect highlighter. It's kind of like pink, opal, rosy gold, rose gold. It's just a really pretty highlighter. However, it's so dry. And at first I was like, well, maybe there's like, you know, like sometimes products will have like an overspray or a weird barrier and you kind of have to like break through that and then you'll get the nice color. I've tried this with so many different brushes, whether it's a dense, fluffy, like coarse, flimsy, all different kinds of brushes, and nothing works. It's like it'll kick up some of the powder in the compact, but then nothing transfers to your cheek. It's really weird. It swatches really pretty. I mean, it's not the most pigmented highlighter, but there definitely is like a pretty sheen there. But it just, I don't know, it didn't work for me. It's almost like it's too dry. I've seen a couple of bronzers in this line recently and those look so pretty too, but I don't know if they're gonna have the same issue. So if you guys know if there's like a trick to this powder or a certain brush that works with this, let me know down below, because like I said, the color is so pretty, but I just cannot get it to work on my face. Next up, this is from the Balm. This is the Cindy Luminizer. I am a huge fan of both the Betty Luminizer and the Mary Luminizer. Those are stunning. This is the same concept. It could be a highlighter, a shimmer, an eyeshadow. This, I don't know if this is a product where you either have to be really, really fair or have a really, really deep skin tone, because this looks like nothing on my skin. I've tried it on both my eyes. On my eyes, it shows up a bit. It's just a really, really light peach color, but on my cheeks, it does nothing. And honestly, on my eyes, like it doesn't do enough to make me want to pull it out and continuously use it. So yeah, this was kind of a bummer product for me, but honestly, I was just kind of holding it on for a video like this. I don't know, it just, like on my hand, I'll see a bit of color, but honestly, it doesn't translate to anything on my face. Next up is a product that I feel like is one a ton of people love and swear by. This is honestly a product that I picked up because of YouTube, because so many people had so many positive things to say about it. I don't know if it's just that it doesn't work on my skin tone or what the deal is, but this is the MAC, what are these called? I think like sculpting powders maybe, in Emphasize. Lots of people love this to set their under eye concealer. This looked so ashy and kind of gave off this weird gray cast on my under eyes. And honestly, I feel like it's called Emphasize because this puppy like emphasized every single tiny fine line I had on my under eyes. It was not a good look. One high-end product that I wanted to mention in here. Okay, first off, this product was sent to me in a PR gift, but either way, even if I would have went out and purchased this, which I was really close to doing before I got this package, it probably would have been returned that same day because I honestly do not see even the slightest difference. And have you ever had one of those moments when you buy a product that's like so hyped up, you get it home, you try it, and it doesn't do anything, but it's like, you almost want to trick yourself into believing that it does, because it's like, surely it has to have something good, because why is everyone talking about it like it's like this magical thing, you know? So I got home, I misted it on my face, and I was like, I don't notice anything. I was like, well, maybe I'll wait a little bit. Tried it again later. I've tried it like multiple days in a row, still didn't notice a difference. The last time my mom came to visit, I like spritzed it on her face. She didn't notice a difference. This is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I feel like this got the hype that it has from Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. I believe he talked about it, and then tons of YouTubers started talking about it and saying how magical it was. I don't know. I love pretty much everything else from this line. Their skincare is incredible. Their polished rice enzyme powder, the brightening radiant skin serum. What's with my spirit fingers? And then the Supple Moisturizer. I have a ton of their skincare that I'm like over the moon about, but this just did nothing for me. I will say it does have like an amazing fine mist. It's like an even spritz every time. You know, it's not where you get like a random like splatter or something like that. But I honestly prefer the Urban Decay. I believe it's like the Urban Decay All Nighter and then like the Dewy one. Is that like Dew Me or something like that? Those, I honestly notice a difference. This, I don't feel like it does anything. Like I do not see a difference in my face whatsoever. And I have one foundation in here. Foundation is, I don't know, I haven't really come across too many foundations that I ended up hating. I feel like I get pretty lucky with the foundations that I purchase. I end up liking most of them. This one I had no luck whatsoever. This is from CoverGirl. It's the Stay Luminous Natural Glow Foundation. Everything in that name sounds incredible to me. Like everything I could want and more. I love dewy skin, I love glowy skin, I love luminous skin. All of that stuff, like it just sounds so appealing to me. So this I like grabbed instantly. This has been out for a while now. I loved the CoverGirl, what was it? It looks pretty similar to this, but it's like a blue little lip on the lid instead. I like that foundation, but it is drying on me. I have to like mix it with a moisturizer. So I was like, oh, this would probably be perfect then. I don't know what it was about this. I've never had a foundation just make me look like dirty. I don't know, like it didn't make me look dewy. It honestly like made my skin look uneven and dirty. And then even when I would go in with a second layer just to get a little bit more coverage and try to build it up, it was almost like no matter which way I applied it, whether it was with my fingers, a beauty blender, or a brush, whenever I went with the second layer, it's like it wiped off the first layer. It was really weird. It had the most like uneven application. Sorry, I think Landon's like playing with the little crank thing out there. Yeah, it just didn't do anything for me. Okay, for concealers, I have two. First up, this is from Maybelline. This is the Master Conceal by Face Studio Camouflaging Concealer. I know so many people love this. I've seen other people apply it on their channels and I'm like, oh, that looks so pretty, but on me, it is so dry. I don't think it's meant to be an under eye concealer, but I didn't know that. That's why I bought it at first, but it was like, it like sucked everything in and it almost made my skin feel like crackly. So I was like, okay, definitely don't use it on your under eyes anymore. So then I was like, I'll save it whenever I have a blemish here or there. I did that and it did the same thing. Like it just looked dry and like it just latched right onto it. I don't know. I'm not a fan at all. It's definitely a full coverage concealer though. So if you have like scarring or dark spots, I feel like this would be great. But honestly, it kind of reminded me of like a thinner version of like hard candy Glamouflage. Do you remember when that was like a thing back in the day? Yeah, like that's what it reminded me of, just super drying and like almost just like too full coverage. So yeah, this I wasn't a fan of. Okay, this other concealer, this was pretty pricey, especially for a drugstore concealer. This is the CoverGirl and Olay the Depuffer Eye Concealer. This came out with like a potted foundation that kind of went with it. It has the cool applicator where it's supposed to be like cooling and to kind of help depuff your eyes, that little slanted metal tip. The formula of this wasn't bad. It's like, it wasn't drying, it wasn't overly like greasy or oily, but the coverage was just meh. Like, it was so light to the point where I felt like it was pointless to even apply that extra layer on my face when it wasn't giving me anything back. Okay, I have two mascaras and then everything else in here are lip products. Now, keep in mind, I am someone who's incredibly picky with mascaras, like not picky as in brand wise, but just like formula. It has to be waterproof. It has to be a formula that gets like a little bit drier over time because I have like sad umbrella lashes. I've like preached about this 1,000,002 times. Okay, so first up, this is the Marc Jacobs Omega Lash in Blacker. I like the brush on this, like the classic mascara one. It's not like the rubberized wand. I love the bristles on this, but this formula just does not work for me. It's definitely like a black mascara, but I feel like after 2 seconds of applying it, it's like, my lashes just go like down. They're not having it. They're not in it to win it. And then this one is the L'Oreal Voluminous Miss Manga. I bought the original version, hated it, but then a friend was like, no, get the waterproof. It's so much better. Same thing. It was like too wet. Plus the brush on this, I do not like it at all. It's like too flexible. Do you see that? It's like, no, just, no ma'am. Didn't do anything for me. So yeah, those two mascaras were just, okay, I have two glosses in here. Both are actually the same. You're probably like, Dana, why do you have two? I think I had bought one and then the other one came in some kind of swag bag. These are the Smashbox Be Legendary Longwear Lip Lacquers. I kept this one because I know my mom will love this color and like she normally wears lipsticks this shade, this kind of like berry color, so I thought it would be pretty on top. This is Beat It, and then the other one is called Bordeaux. They're pretty, but I feel like for the price point, they're just not worth it. They are pretty much identical to like any drugstore lip gloss you can find, in my opinion. These actually remind me a lot of the, what are the Revlon glosses called that are like in the tall tubes with the black lids? That's what they remind me of, like pigmentation formula wise. It's like they're not overly pigmented. I don't know. I just feel like, how can you put, I think these are like $18 or $19 and I don't know, that's just not worth it to me. It's like, yeah, the colors are pretty, but I feel like these are definitely colors you can find in the drugstore and the formula isn't anything like unique in my opinion. So yeah, these were Ragret. But yeah, that's pretty much all the products that I've been saving for this video to share with you guys. Like I said, if any of those products happen to be your like holy grail status, don't be sad. It just didn't work out for me. Also, don't forget to check out Laura's channel. Her link and channel video link, all that good stuff will be listed down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.